the last of the 48 nations to qualify. So much has been about Erling Haaland in the build-up, no great surprise there. But Iraq have to try and make sure they somehow take care of him, Danny.
Yes, they do, 100%. And I spoke to Rune Mullenstein, who's obviously the assistant head coach for Iraq, and he said they took so much from the Spain game in the friendly where they drew 1-1. He said they played with great intensity, they had great defensive structure. But the one thing that he kept saying to me is that they have to be brave on the ball.
Leland does claim that. The Norwegian #1 hasn't played much club football this season, only 7 appearances for Sevilla. Aya exchanging passes with Hegem. The two centre-halves, almost a loose touch there from Hegem, and it will go out for a throw to Iraq.
I think when you look at this Norway team, no question about it, going forward it's star-studded, world-class players. But defensively, I think Iraq will look and say, OK, let's try and get at this defence, because we know obviously the goalkeeper, Neeland, he's not played too much. The two centre-backs not blessed with too much pace, and Iraq do have some pace going forward. So don't be surprised to see them going a little bit longer at times, especially in the transition of play.
Ayman Hussein scored the goal against Bolivia that's brought Iraq to this point. Picked up a couple of houses, cars, and a 21-carat gold watch as a result of that. We've all got one of those, eh, Danny?
That's what you get for working with me.
Rierson. Close to him is Martin Ødegaard, Norway's captain, Arsenal's captain, Premier League title winner.
You can already see Iraq, when they're defending, it's a very, very narrow 4-4-2. And what they're saying is every time Norway get the ball, they're inviting them to go inside, because they know they get into those wide areas and crosses come into the box, becomes a very, very difficult game.
What a pass from Nusa. Erling Haaland almost with an early opportunity. And the supply from Nusa was impressive, but then he has impressed in a Norway shirt.
Yeah, I think a lot of people expecting Nusa to have sort of a breakout World Cup, because he brings something very different in this Norway team, as in terms of his ability on the ball, how he can turn defence into attack, and every time he gets the ball he's so direct as well.
Just the 55 goals in 50 caps for Erling Haaland. More games than goals, a familiar story. Haaland has finally made it to the World Cup stage at the age of 25. And we'll be hoping there's a couple more to come after this one. Knocked down by Rierson for Sander Berge. Ødegaard. Here's Sorloth now, who has an impressive goal-scoring record in his own right. It just doesn't look up to much when you see Haaland.
Yeah, and I think that he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. I think he does within the squad and within the group, but he's such a selfless player, because we know that Norway, they play a 4-4-2, but out of possession at times there'll be a 4-3-3. He's asked to actually come over to the right wing and track the fullback, and he does that job incredibly well. That allows Haaland to stay through the middle.
Free kick for Hussein.
Just see the foul. You'll get that at times from Iraq, because they do have a little bit of physicality themselves when they're going forward, and they find themselves with a set piece.
Oh, she was going to knock that back across, and Hussein unable to find the target, but an early warning nonetheless for Norway that they're not just here to make up the numbers in this World Cup.
Yeah, and you just see there, it's won really well by Hashem. And then the second ball, they get onto that as well, but just not able to get over it. But it's a positive start from Iraq, and they've not come here to just sit back. They know that that's the worst thing they can do. Ordinarily, if you're playing against a team that is superior to you, you will sit a little bit deeper, but the threat that Norway bring, especially with the physicality and the height that they've got, they can't afford to sit too deep. And so far, the back four's got the line really spot on. It means then, because they're playing quite high, they can go and pressurise the defence of Norway.
Ryerson, Sorlot on the chase. Hashim is there first and is bundled over as well. Sorlot asking the question.
Yeah, it's good defending from Hashim. Gets there before Sorlot and just takes that ball. Always knows any touch on him, he can go down. More often than not, he's going to get the free kick in his favour.
Hashim was in little doubt. Norway did score 37 goals in their 8 qualifiers, more than any other European nation. They only conceded 5. Berger. Heggen sorts himself out.
I think the positive is for Iraq as well. Every time they've gone a little bit longer, Ayman Hussein, he's won his fair share, and I think that's the thinking with playing with the 2 up front and having wingers that will narrow up at times as well.
Is you know who, Haaland.
Oh.
He didn't pull it back far enough for Öznes.
Well, that's a quick lesson for Tusin, because he knows what's to come. One thing that you are always told as a defender, you cannot let that ball bounce, especially when you've got someone like Haaland that is so quick. You let that ball bounce, all of a sudden the odds go in the favour of the attacker.
France beat Senegal earlier in this group. Erling Haaland and Norway also in it. Iraq's head coach Graham Arnold was asked if it was a group of death. He said, no, it's a group of excitement. Here's Amir Al-Amari, who is usually involved with most things that Iraq try. Set-piece specialist too. Free kick for Doski now.
We've already seen at times from Iraq being brave on the ball, especially down this left-hand side. You've got the likes of Doski who'll get forward, and Ali Yashim, who I think is a really talented young player.
Al-Amari, who said he was the man for the free kicks, took that one. And now a throw for Iraq. Doski. Al-Hamadi is there. Just ran away from Ali Yassim.
Just seeing that. That's what I was talking about. From a defender's side of things, just seeing you cannot afford to let that ball bounce. And then Haaland just trying to play it across towards Nes, and loves getting forward from that central midfield area, but the goalkeeper Hussein was able to be in the right place at the right time. But they just have to be so mindful, because Haaland, when he gets into his stride, very difficult to stop. So as a defender, you just have to defend first and foremost and not take any chances.
He did score 16 goals in qualifying, Erling Haaland, and none of them were penalties. Who needs penalties when you're Erling Haaland?
He's one of those players, when you look at him from a central defender's perspective, you try and play on his weakness. and he doesn't really have one. He's quick, he's strong, he's skillful. At times he'll drop a little bit deep to pick the ball up, and then he'll drive at you. He's wonderful with balls coming into the box as well. So what you have to do at times, I think at times when Haaland gets the ball, it's too late. So you have to stop the supply line to him, and that means trying to stop the likes of Ødegaard. And that's where Iraq in midfield, they've got a really, really big role to make sure that Haaland can't get the balls that he loves to feed off.
David Müller-Wolfer has sliced that somewhat.
That's what they're doing well so far in this game as well, Iraq. They know when to press and they know when to sit off. When any of the back four are getting the ball for Norway, they're pressing. If that press is then beaten, they'll all then get back behind the ball, because they know then they don't want to get out of shape, because Norway do have players in midfield that can take 2 or 3 of the Iraq players out of the game. So he's pressing at the right time, and they're doing it really well and structured at the moment.
Ødegaard. Nusa. Rasmus. Rierson. Just a throw.
Yeah, well, he will get forward like a winger. So many assists last season in the Bundesliga. It's a good challenge from Doski. I think it's just a follow through and catches Rierson.
Next on Fox, it is the long-awaited arrival in this tournament of Argentina as they face Algeria. Yeah, here is Rierson. Ødegaard, comfortable though for the keeper.
Not a threat.
Al-Hamadi with a terrific touch. Doski given away then by Al-Hamadi, but he's won it back. Setting it up here for Bayesh. Hussein Ali. Bayesh with the cross. Away by Aya.
Who are you going to make changes for?
Al-Hamadi! Well, that goes down as one big early chance for Iraq.
It does, but once again, it's the link-up play between the two centre-forwards, Ayman Hussein and Al-Hamadi. They've started really bright. Al-Hamadi just not able to keep the ball down. But what's happening is, we've already spoken about the lack of pace within that centre-back position for Norway, so they're dropping deeper. And that means then what's happening, Al-Hamadi, he will be the one that stretches the game.
Rierson advancing again there. You mentioned his amount of assists for Dortmund in the Bundesliga last season, 15. Only Michael Elise of Bayern Munich managed more. But we're already seeing why. There'll be a lot more to come from him from that right-back position.
Well, it's the way they've got the balance on that right-hand side, because you look at Ødegaard, he's never going to give you that width on the right-hand side. So when he drives inside, he's creating the space then for Rierson to get into, and a lot of the times the width will come from the right-back in Rierson, and then Nusa on that left wing. So it's important that they're fed, because obviously we've spoke at length about how important it is for Norway to get balls into the box.
Iraq did hold Spain to a 1-1 draw in one of their warm-up matches, but then lost their final game before the tournament to Venezuela, albeit amid a flurry of substitutions, as you might expect. Jalal Hassan comes out to clear that. Iraq's goalkeeper winning his 105th cap. Rierson. Al-Hamadi comes to assist Al-Amari.
Once again, really good pressing. Going with a high defensive line means the forwards can go and press, and it seems every time Hegeman, Ayer in particular, get the ball, Iraqi centre forwards and wingers, they're going really tight to them because they believe that they can win the ball back, and then if they are bypassed, then they all get back behind the ball and just say to Norway, yes, you can have the ball, but you're going to go backwards or sideways. But just once again, you just see the pressure coming onto the two centre-backs.
Highlights of Norway's qualifying campaign with two big wins over Italy, who of course failed to make it to the World Cup. Hegem, who's just finished his first season in Italy with Bologna. Ayer, who plays in the Premier League for Brentford and who had a really successful season. Haaland started to make a run there, but Norway biding their time for now. Nusa, Haaland goes to get involved. And that's going to be a free kick.
It's a good turn initially from Nusa, gets the ball to Sanderberger, and then it's just a completely mistimed challenge coming in into scene.
Nusa. Seems a good idea to give it to this man. Ryerson. Up against Doski.
Oh.
Who secures the throw.
It's really good defending as well. Really good defending. The second he sees the ball's going to be played out, he's trying to get out to Ryerson as quickly as he can, because he knows that Ryerson only needs one touch, maybe two touches, then to put the ball into the box.
No foul on that occasion, and a potential breakout here for Ibrahim Bayesh. Ness is back on his feet now. USA and Australia both had magnificent starts to this tournament. They're in action again Friday on Fox. Coverage starts 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. As they face each other. They couldn't have asked for much more from their opening games. Antonio Nusa. This is what he does. This is what he's good at.
Cross now. What is this?
And there will be a corner for Norway as Iraq seem to struggle to clear that.
He's so quick and he's so direct. Nusa, every time he gets the ball, whether he's going to drive inside, go outside, you see how many problems he causes, and whether he is able to get that final cross into the box. At times he isn't, but then it leads to a set piece.
Well, it's very congested in there, and the referee's going in for a closer look. Good luck.
It's so difficult in these situations for a defender because there's so many players close together. You can easily get blocked, and at times it can be by your own player, and that can cause problems within itself.
Norway squad. Everybody is tall, huge.
Harlan looking to free himself.
What do they eat in Norway?
Grierson to
Everybody's
send this
so
corner
big.
in.
Oh!
Well, he got on the end of it.
God
It
damn it.
wasn't an easy one, as we saw, but he'll be back for more.
They have so much height when balls are coming into the box. You just see how high he gets up. He's just not able to get over the ball and redirect it.
Here's Ali Yassim. Hashim taking a direct route, but it was over the head of Ayman Hussein.
Yeah. What they're trying to do, every time when they are going longer, it's Ayman Hussein. He's the one that's stretching the game. He's trying to drag the two centre-backs back, and then the second ball, the centre-forward partner, El Hamadi, he's then looking to try and get on that second ball, and the two of them have worked really well so far. So they've been mixing up Iraq. They're not afraid to possess the ball, but at times then they'll just look to try and get in behind, and can they get 2 versus 2 against the two centre-forwards? Sorry, the two centre-backs for Norway.
It's going to carry to Hassan. Aya won that. Berger takes over. Nusa. Happy to take on Hussein Ali here. And anyone else who got in his way. And it's going to be another free kick in a promising position for Norway.
It's number 20 of Norway.
He's been extremely lively. Every time he's getting the ball, he's direct.
Nice.
He's got one thing in his mind.
Oh.
This time he just gets brought down by Ismail. I think if you're Norway at the moment, every time you get the ball, if you can find Nusa, he's creating untold amount of problems, and this one has led to a set piece in a very, very promising position as well.
People will say I'm lying. One sec.
Rierson and Ødegaard over this.
Oh, this number 20 of Norway reminds me of me.
Could well be the last action before we take a break for hydration purposes. And what Norway would give for an opening goal here. It is left for Rierson again.
It surprised me if he just looked to try and curl it towards that far post, and then just says to his teammates, rush in, run in, and then it becomes very difficult then for the goalkeeper, Husam, because he doesn't know whether to gamble and go for the ball or be fearful that there might be a touch coming from another player.
Thank you for joining.
Will this be a pivotal moment in this match? It is Rierson to float it in towards Son.
Oh!
But it's easily gathered in the end by Jalal Hassan. First ever meeting between these two nations.
Norway player, everybody.
Hussein Ali has moved ahead, and that will be
how many of them know you
but
get
first of all, there will be a cooling break later than usual.
What do they eat?
Well,
Hydration break. We'll be right back. For cooling break. Cooling break. Let me put on my dark shade, boy. Are you like me now? Boy, you fine. Man, what? I'm hearing some noise, so I'm trying to fix the noise. There's sound that I don't like. Sound like I don't like. Yeah, I don't like the noise. I don't like. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hydration is for me to handle. Are you like me now?
Because Iraq defensively, their structure's been excellent, and we know the quality that Odegaard has, and he's just got to find the game more. He's got to go and find it, he's got to find the ball, and then he needs to make the passes as well, because at the moment he hasn't really had much of an effect on the game.
Thank you. Now we back.
So Iraq resume with a free kick.
We're back.
Taken as usual by Al Amari.
Don't be wasting chances. This is a World Cup. When you get chance, make use of it. Don't be wasting no chances, boy. Don't do that, boy. You get me, boy. Alright, boy.
We mentioned that Iraq's qualifying campaign involved 21 matches. That was actually across 866 days, remarkably, with quite a few travel issues along the way as well. Rierson, Sola.
Oh, nicely done, Basolo.
Nusa wanted it. Nusa has it.
Cross!
Muller Volta on the overlap.
Goal! Ali Haaland!
Erling Haaland meets the world.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Erling Haaland.
Beat the shit out of them. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. My boy is doing well. My boy is doing well. My boy is doing well.
Well, who else could it have been? But give great credit initially to Sirlock. He's the one that drops deep. And then you talk about the wing play. Watch this run from Muller-Wolf. He knows it's a 2v1 situation, and he makes that run. It's a wonderful ball across. And Haaland, as more often than not,
that's my
right
boy.
Place, right time, finds the back of the net. And that is such a typical Norway goal. Fullbacks, wingers getting involved, centre forwards getting in the right place. And Haaland, as you quite rightly said,
this is for you.
We know what he's all about. A world-class player, now lighting up the World Cup.
Less than half an hour into his first World Cup. Erling Haaland in the right place at the right time. Of course he was. Make that 56 goals in 51 games for Norway. Phenomenal figures.
Just love the way that he plays the game. At times, just watch him off the ball. He just conserves his energy on a consistent basis. And then when he goes...
Could be a good chance of a response here from Iraq. Well, Hamadi sent it out towards Yassim. Oh, he saw off Rierson superbly there. And Hegum met the cross, but it's picked up by Bayesh. Positive response from Iraq, but Nusa has picked out Haaland, who's on his way again here. Haaland.
Shoot now, Bizino! Solo.
Oh my God, bro. What be this? What be this?
This Solo no good. Now only when see Barcelona is a bit
playable.
See ball where Allah give you just shoot to the select which leg you will use. God damn it.
What to do, and I thought it was very unselfish, and I thought he was going to take it himself.
Looser again. Muller, Volta.
This no way number 20. He be playing ball like me. He be playing ball like me. This dude be playing football like me.
That means that Hussein Ali,
this dude be playing football like me. Bro. Can't make this up. This dude be playing football like me.
Down their left-hand side.
They'll be trying to keep a hold of Erling Haaland, maybe literally, in fact, within reason.
It's where it's so difficult for a referee.
Norway looking for a quick
need to score more goals so that you can be on top.
One of the Iraqi players fell to the ground there.
Yeah, it was Aya. I think he just pushed Doski.
Referee trying to keep a lid on these things. Easier said than done, perhaps.
Oh.
So here it comes from Julian Rierson, all right in there. Where it could have mattered, but a free kick's going to be given now. Well, some of the top nations coming into the tournament today, with France and the holders Argentina, and Ronaldo and Portugal face DR Congo tomorrow on Fox, and England arrive in the tournament as well as they take on Croatia. The coverage starts from 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. France in this group and winners earlier, 3-1 against Senegal. Norway with the advantage here, given to them by, I don't really need to say his name. Here's Solot.
Cross, this Solo, how push that footballer this boy do? He could just be look right, not the know what to do.
One that got away from Sander Berger.
Oh,
just see. Coach Graham Arnold just telling his players to calm down, because they started the game really well. They then conceded. What they don't want to do now is try and chase the game too early and then go and concede again, because then it becomes very difficult.
Yassim sends that to Hussein Ali.
cross, 1 time
A
thing.
bit of space to play with here. Bayesh with the cross, away by Ryerson. Sorlot will get himself a free kick doing defensive duty.
That's what I'm talking about, the unselfish nature of Sorlot. Absolutely outstanding, because the way that Norway are playing, when they're in possession of the ball, they'll go 4-4-2, but then without the ball, they become 4-3-3, and he has to drop in as that right winger. And he was the one that set the goal off as well. Went all the way into his own half and played that initial pass, which led to Haaland finding the back of the net.
Yeah. One's definitely drifting away from Sorlot.
Just see this time it's Muller-Wolf just bringing down Bayesh, and Bayesh just needs to get Muller-Wolf, if he can, just to do a little bit more defending, because every time Norway have got the ball, he's the one that's attacking, so you just need Bayesh just to try and be a little more lively. And if Muller-Wolf is going to make those runs, he has to start them from deep, because he's having to defend more.
Just shoot from there. Oh, see Solo.
And it's dragged wide by Ødegaard.
Who they laugh to square, but they
It's a good opportunity. Good pressing from Norway. And then once again from Haaland, really unselfish play. Ball eventually comes to Ødegaard.
Two times
Just doesn't get it
Allah
right.
does
It's
give
all
Solo
scuff save,
pass
anything.
now. They do like which I don't know. That one with Solo is the pass give the one. You will square the ball, they will put it.
Norway's first World Cup in 28 years. They actually beat Norway beat Brazil rather back in 1998. And did reach the round of 16 when they lost to Italy. Graham Arnold, who we saw there, took Australia to the round of 16. His last World Cup. Bayesh got there first, but a throw for Norway. Ibrahim Bayesh winning his 77th cap. A vast amount of international experience in this Iraq squad, but their first taste of a World Cup, which can only be good for their future. Al-Hamadi.
No.
Sending off Ødegaard. Ali Yassim now up against Ryerson. He's done really well there. Al-Hamadi. And an equaliser.
Go for Iraq. What a game. Banga. You score, I score. You score, I score. You score, I score. Nice one. This is game of football.
In this World Cup, it's 1-1.
You score, I score. I love this game. I love this game of football.
And it's wonderful play as well.
I love this game. I love
They've
this
been
game. I
asking
love
questions
this game.
this time. It's
I
a
love
wrap. They get
this
the win really
game.
well. And it's just a wonderful run in behind. The man isn't tracked. Ødegaard, he just switches off at the last second. And it's a lovely ball in from Al-Hamadi. And what a header.
I love this game.
Absolutely magnificent. What a
I
header
love
that
it.
is.
I love it. I love it.
They've
I
not
love
come here to make up the numbers. They've come here to be brave, and that was wonderful play. And you can see what it means to Graham Arnold, all his coaching staff, all the players.
I
and
love
last
it.
but by no means
God
least,
damn
the
it.
fans as well.
Ooh-wee.
Well, if it was going to be anyone, it was probably going to be him. And that is how to head a football. His 96th cap and his 34th goal for Iraq. Scored the winner against Bolivia in their 21st qualifier and final qualifier to make sure they were getting to this point. And now he's gone and scored again on the big World Cup stage. This Sorlock though, Erdegaard taken away by Said Ismail.
You just look at Alamari as well, who put that cross into the box. He's the most forward-thinking central midfielder, and the amount of times he drifts over to the left, and it's a wonderful run, but I think Odegaard was expecting someone else to take that runner. But in those situations, unless you know the defender who's going to take a man off you, you have to follow, and he didn't. And Alamari got himself into a great position. Outstanding ball into the box as well.
To be playing football like me, bro. Be playing football like me,
another assist
bro.
For his country. Some important ones in the playoffs to get here as well. And we are level at 1-1 at the Boston Stadium in Foxborough. Musa Larsnes, dispatched by Zaid Toussaint. So Norway must go again. But they do have Haaland waiting in the middle. Ryerson.
Cross. Don't be giving so long ball. You don't know how to control ball.
Ryerson. Goal kick. Norway not happy about that.
No, Ryerson. He's the one that was protecting the ball. He believes there was a touch here. It's earlier than that. I just couldn't see it. But Iraq end up with the goal kick. Well, Iraq, they've been good. They've grown into the game. They've been brave. And you look at the match momentum there. A lot of the time it's...
Oh, they've been caught out there.
Goal! Eli Haaland, second goal! That's good. I love this game. I love this game.
When this man is around, this man is Erling Haaland. 2 goals at the World Cup already.
Yeah, and this is just non-stop from Haaland. This is a gamble from Haaland. But what you see, Hussein, yes, it's not the greatest of balls back to him from Toussaint, but he has to go towards that ball, because when he doesn't, by the time he gets connection, all he does is hit it off Haaland. He takes a step back. You cannot take a step back there. You have to be on the front foot. You have to go and win it. But what I would say about Haaland, we talk about him being a world-class individual, but we need to talk more about his work rate, about how he gets these opportunities. And that is a prime example of a goal where you make
goals
your
out of
own
nothing. Nothing.
Well, Erling Haaland gifted a goal. He doesn't really need gifts. He can score them anyway. But he'll accept them all the same. And Norway are back in front ahead of the break.
They scored 39 minutes. Allah scored. You can't even hold up the 1-1 up to 2 minutes.
Right in front of the last man. He wanted to make a mistake in front of Erling Haaland. Talking of decent strikers, there's a couple in the studio we'll be hearing from. Rebecca, Thierry, Zlatan and Alexei will give their thoughts on this first half soon. The Visa half-time show on Fox.
I just think when you look at the goal again, okay, it's not a good back pass, it's a short back pass, but Hussein, he's sort of taken a step back. He has to be on the front foot, and it's one of those scenarios where, okay, one of my teammates has put me in a little bit of a predicament here. Can I help my teammate out? And he wasn't able to do that. He waited too long. Yes, it wasn't the greatest of back passes, but I think the goalkeeper can do better there.
Well, Hamadi, just did it look like Iraq were getting it together
Solo
again
don't know
there.
how to control ball.
But here goes Solos, although he's given it away.
Oh, God, this boy
Ali
will score
Yassim.
Barcelona anytime he see them. Bro, 5 minutes at that time. Anytime they
Iraq will
give
be
ball, they
kicking
will collect
themselves,
up for him.
having
How you
leveled
get
it,
this
that
kind
they
of
gave away
body
such a
shape? You know they
horrible
feel use
goal.
that. See how loud now, see body, they make it, they bully defender.
There will be
See the your
5
touch today.
minutes
Anyway, behave
added
like
on to
that
this
for
first half. Nusa.
Oh, what a pass. This number 20 be play football like me. Oh, bro. I have a gift
Making
for
it
you.
easy here.
You
He
be
was given
playing
the free
football
kick there,
like
but
me,
was he doing that much wrong?
bro.
He wasn't, and you could see he had the opportunity to pass the ball back to his goalkeeper, but what happened previously put him in two minds, where ordinarily he would just go back to the goalkeeper.
You don't make the same mistake twice when Erling Haaland is around. He's given away a free kick.
Just two-hand push in the back from Harsham. Just once again the work rate from Haaland.
Well, the goal scorers have been fairly predictable. Ayman Hussein for Iraq and a double for Erling Haaland for Norway. This free kick seems to be taking an age. Flicked on there by Hussein. Al Hamadi. Oh, he was pretty close to getting on the end of that again. Ayman Hussein. Al Amari now looking to set something up once more. Oh, and Bayesh found his route blocked. He's screaming for a handball here, but at the moment he's only getting a corner.
Yeah, he is. It's wonderful build-up once again, and it goes to Bayesh just at the far post. And this will be interesting because it does look like it hits his arm, and I don't think his arm is in a natural position. Oh no, it doesn't. I don't think he does. I think he's complaining about it. We'll just see a better angle here.
It's
No,
not
it hits
his
his
arm.
leg. The first angle, it looks as though it does hit his arm.
It was
It ends
his
up being a
leg.
really good defender. But once again, the link-up between Ayman Hussein and Al Hamadi is absolutely brilliant.
Amir Al Amari will take this corner. Well, Iraq have already come back from behind in this game. Can they do it again in first half stoppage time? Al Amari with the corner into a decent position. Saeed Toussaint knocks it wide.
It should be.
It's a good ball into the box. And Toussaint gets it well. Surlock just does enough to make sure Toussaint can't get the header on target.
Bro, play ball. Play ball, don't waste time. Play ball.
It will be on Hegem. Chris Ayer alongside him in the heart of Norway's defence.
No way to play like this in the second half. I get more goal, more goal.
Musa.
Oh, this number 20 be play football like me. Bro, what can I do for you? What can I do for you, bro? Tell me. You again.
Some
Oh,
really
shit.
clever feet there, and he wasn't far off forcing a way through.
How quick his feet were then.
Who is this dude? I want to know you.
Will there be a chance for Iraq before the break? Al-Hamadi! A vital challenge, just took the sting out of things there.
How is that not a goal?
They've been waiting for that run
How
time and
is
time
that
again.
not
Just
a
look at the
goal for
pace of
Iran?
Al-Hamadi here.
Look at
He
this
gets the
defender.
better of
Someone
both
just run
centre-backs.
past you.
But then, give great credit
Bro,
to get back and do the defensive work. But the two centre forwards linking up exceptionally well for Iraq.
He just
This
passed
will be
through
the
the
last
two
action of the
defenders.
half as Iraq pursue another equaliser.
How is that even possible?
Ali Yassim to take it in. It's picked up here by Al-Amari, who didn't hang about. Erling Haaland was the man who cleared it. Oh, that's a strike from Hashim. Wow, that was nearly another equaliser on the stroke of half-time.
Iran
What a
play
strike.
football.
It's an incredible strike from whoever's on the field, but this is from a
Bro.
centre-back. What a strike. The goalkeeper can only hope that the net doesn't bulge behind him and it goes in his favour.
Well, everyone was talking about Erling Haaland before the game and during the game.
Don't
He's
mean-
already
what
scored
a game.
twice. Hussein in between for Iraq. At
First
the break,
half, it coming
Iraq
soon,
1,
coming back,
Norway
coming back.
2.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Join us for half-time. Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Alexi Lalas will reflect on Erling Haaland's goals. Thierry Henry will bring you the 3 France goals from earlier on against Senegal and will be live in Kansas City with Rob Stone, Clarence Seedorf and Peter Schmeichel ahead of Messi back at the World Cup a little bit later on. That's next.
that they can sort of take advantage of what is perceived as the weakness of Norway, which is their defence, and they've done it on a few occasions and can probably count themselves a little bit unfortunate not to be on level terms.
Last player to score a hat-trick on his World Cup debut was Miroslav Klose for Germany. Last World Cup in the USA back in '94.
There we go.
Here we go with the second half. Iraq have shown enough to suggest they could recover again here. Two goals earlier for Mbappe, 2 goals here so far for Haaland, and still Messi to come.
What a day. I think that the interesting thing is you look at the half-time team talks. I think when you look at the two coaches, Ståle Solbakken, he will have been the most disappointed, whereas I think with Graham Arnold in terms of the way that the teams have been performing.
Al Hamadi now. Bayesh, who had that chance at the end of the first half, as indeed did Hashim with a wonderful strike. Would have been some story if that had gone in. Erling Haaland secures a throw. Aya under pressure from Al Hamadi.
That's what they've done really well. It's as though they're saying, okay, if Norway want to play out from the back, we let the full-backs have it. The minute Aya or Hegem get it, they then all go, and there's sort of a trigger for that press. And you know, they've turned the ball over quite a lot from doing that, and I'm sure it's something that they've worked really hard on as well.
Yassim. Some pass over to Hussein Ali. In fact, the flag now goes up for offside to frustrate Iraq.
The switch of play is on for Iraq, because what Norway are doing, they're leaving the side that the ball is on, they're going really tight there, but the switch of play is on, and what they're doing, they're leaving the opposite Iraq players, whether it be the fullbacks and the wingers, they're leaving them free. And we saw then, obviously, it was a good run from Hussein Ali, just in an offside position, but there are opportunities that they're going to get because they do defend very much to one side and leave the other side of the pitch free.
Top scorer for Norway in World Cup history was Kjetil Rekdal, who scored 2 goals in the 1990s. His record of sorts is under threat and has already been equalled by Haaland. Here's Riesen. He's kept that in, seemingly. And now the flag goes up.
I was going to say, I didn't think I was seeing things from up here. It looked as though the ball had gone out as well, but the assistant referee and the referee didn't signal anything. It most definitely did look like... Oh, there you go. He's definitely well out.
The assistant got a signal to his watch, but seemed to be at the slightly delayed. Anyway, on we go. Al Amari. Sam not hanging around this time. And that is a foul by Ayman Hussein.
It's a little change they've made at half-time as well, Norway. They're getting Sander Berge, when they're playing out from the back, dropping a little bit deeper, just to try and create a few more problems as in terms of Iraq when they are trying to press, because they did it really well in the first half. But Sander Berge, a lot better than both the centre-backs on the ball, so he's the one that's dropping deeper, and then you can see the centre-forwards not too keen to go and press him.
Bayesh. Hussein Ali. Hegem across to deal with him. Careless from Hashim. If you scan the QR code on the screen, you can vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match.
Let's go, let's go.
Sorlot accepts the throw. Odegaard lost out there by Ash. Hussein Ali. Iraq feeling pretty comfortable about themselves despite trailing here. Hashim, who had that magnificent strike at the end of the first half.
This is where Iraq just have to beware. Norway are a team that will make you your most vulnerable when you're actually in possession, so starting to have a little bit more possession, right, because Norway dropping a little bit deeper. They have to make sure when the ball is going forward that defensively they're not ball watching, not concentrating on what's going up in the attacking side of the field, rather concentrating on the defensive side. Been a lot of errors from Norway in possession, especially in their own half, and I think that's what sort of gives Iraq the impetus, because it's happened on numerous occasions, and that allows Iraq then to start pressing and pushing a little bit higher up the pitch themselves.
Saeed Ismail attempting the switch there. Still might work out here. There's some run by Doski. Iraq still have it. He's writhing in agony, but Bayesh will float this one in. And Ayman Hussein again going for goal. Such is his weight.
He's like a magnet when the ball comes into the box. You see what he's trying to do? He's just trying to cushion it towards that far post. Gets in front of his man once again. This time Hegem. It's a real threat every time the ball comes into the box. See exactly what he's trying to do. And you just mentioned about the wonderful run from Doski from left back. He wanted a foul there against Aya. The referee wasn't having any of it. But they do look dangerous every time they go forward.
Odegaard is tripped.
See, Iraq, they're getting themselves into some good positions. Just need to take a little bit more care with the opportunities that they're getting, but they are more than in this game. An exceptional account of themselves so far, and look dangerous every time they go forward.
Their goal, their only effort on target. But it's been a pleasing performance for Graham Arnold.
Yeah, just see Noosa once again, such quick feet.
Was tagged as the Norwegian Neymar. Antonio Noosa of Leipzig, although he might not be there for much longer if he stands out at this World Cup. Well, Norway fans making themselves heard as they prepare for this free kick.
This is one where if you're Iraq, you have to be brave. You have to be brave and you have to have a high line, but that means Hussein, he's got to come and command his area as well.
Ryerson, the man who you can usually rely on for assists, sent in a poor cross, hooked back by Aya, and hooked away by Hashim. Solot made sure of a throw. Turski felt otherwise.
I think he's got a right to have a little bit of a go there, because it did look like the last touch came off Surlot.
Pearson's throw. Same again. Solot. Ryerson.
Oh, this boy knew how to flip the ball.
Haaland couldn't get to it. Closely watched. Nusa might not have finished with Iraq yet. To go to get that cross in, and it will be a corner.
Ooh, big dude. Number 20 for Norway.
The way the Norway line up, these corners are so difficult to defend, because what they do, and you can see they all go towards that far post, and what they're trying to do, they're trying to get a block so somebody can get free near enough near that penalty spot. But with being Iraq, this is why you have to think, okay, maybe a couple of players zonal, because there's a guarantee that one of the Iraq players will get blocked, and it could be by one of his own teammates, because there's so many players in that one space. And just look near the 6-yard box, it's absolutely empty.
Norway players making their moves, but the referee spots something involving Chris Aya. And they'll now have to resume their initial positions before they made their moves, or will they? Ryerson to send it in, just over the head of Haaland. Ryerson. Iraq have a man down, and the referee will bring the game to a halt to check on Ali Yassim. So a couple of changes for Iraq. Marco Fargi, who plays in Italy, in beautiful Venice, will be coming on. Looks like it will be a double change.
Just see, it's a really painful, and he gets hit twice as well. Ali Yassim.
We'll just check Ali Yassim is okay. Zidane Iqbal is also coming on, once of Manchester United's academy. In fact, he was there from the age of 9, but now playing for Utrecht in the Netherlands. Zaid Ismail is one of those players coming off. And Ali Al-Hamadi will also make way as Iraq make those two changes. Marco Fargi and Zidane Iqbal. Fargi normally plays on the left, which is where he's heading by the look of it.
Yeah, what you'll see, Ali Yassim, he'll become a second centre forward, and I think a lot of people actually think that that's his best position, just playing off the front man. He does it really well, and it's actually a little bit surprising. I was a little bit surprised that Fargi wasn't starting the game as well, but now he's got a chance to make an impression, and it's attack-minded substitutions as well.
Ødegaard for Hegem. Lausnes. Sola. Shrugged off Fargy there. Approaching the hour mark. Ryerson fires the cross in. It was met by Hashim. This has fallen kindly for Bayesh. He's got Ahmed Hussein there. It was Lula Volta who came across to cover.
I do fancy their chances going forward pace-wise, whether it's breaking from midfield, whether it's the wingers driving inside, whether it's Ayman Hussein as well. We've seen that he's got the beating of the centre-backs with a couple of runs that he's made as well.
Norway would love a third goal for some insurance here, because Iraq have proved they are more than capable, having scored a brilliant goal of their own from Ayman Hussein.
You beat up for the next match. Argentina versus Algeria. We'll be live. We will be live. We'll be live on the red.
More of a 4-2-3-1 now, with Bayesh on the right-hand side, Fargy on the left-hand side, and then just in behind Ali Yassim, just in behind the front man.
Well, doubles for Mbappe and Haaland today. Messi still to come today, and then tomorrow Ronaldo and Portugal against DR Congo, Kane and England against Croatia. Coverage starts 12 o'clock Eastern time. Iraq ready to ask more questions here. Hussein Ali is round the back, onto the roof of the net, rather than into the net.
It's a lovely ball into the box. Al-Amiri, and that tells you how attack-minded Iraq are trying to be. That's the right fullback, Hussein Ali, going up into that right wing position. Just wasn't able to keep it on target. They've been so positive every time they've got the ball.
Free kick given against Alexander Sola. 20 goals for Atletico Madrid in the season just gone. His dad, Goran, played in the USA in the 1994 World Cup. Zidane Iqbal. Doski, some pass that turned into. Ali Yassim here. Al-Amiri. Ali Yassim is going to get to this. Let's come back to him as well. Well, Iraq aren't going quietly in this game.
No, and you can see with Ali Yassim as well playing in that 10 position. He's got a free roll. He can go and find the game, and it's a wonderful bit of skill. Instead, they wanted a foul. Not having any of it, the referee, and I think the more they can get Ali Yassim just in that 10 position, just off the centre forward, there's the ability to make things happen.
Wow. I thought everybody in Norway.
Double changing coming from Norway now in response to the two changes made by Iraq. Solbakken has decided it's time for change. Volta here with some run. Nusa. There will be another corner for Norway.
It's good play. Once again down that left-hand side. Just think Nusa, you can see straight away he's looking to Muller-Wolf. Too much on it. Made it more difficult for him to get the crossing, but they've looked good going down the left-hand side, the two of them combining. Left-back Muller-Wolf and left-winger Nusa.
So Wilson will take this corner. Wolf back on his feet. Norway looking to extend their lead. Haaland looking for a hat-trick. Riesen is offered a better angle. He went for the low option. Ayman Hussein was able to clear it.
Bad. Wrong decision.
Farji on dealing admirably in a defensive way there. Sola. Lost out to Doski.
Na diva la bombe score hat-trick every year in fact. I'm going to tell you this.
Here's Hashim. Ali Yassim. This Aya has got this covered with help from Riesen. Sola.
See Alarmary, central midfield, he's growing more and more into the game, making some really good runs down the left-hand side.
Are you guys doing?
Down, Ali Yassim. We are due a cooling break at this point.
He still seems to be feeling the after effects from that challenge from Nusa. A while ago, you see putting his hand just on his shoulder, and he's asking to be brought off. Doesn't seem to have quite recovered from it.
The referee is going to signal for.
That's the challenge. I think it's more the way that Nusa fell on him. There's been a lot of discomfort since.
We are going to have a cooling break.
Cooling break.
Well, the big hitters for both teams have been.
As them for cooling break.
with Leo Ostergaard coming on, Christian Torsfed, Andreas Schjelderup and Oscar Bob. So dramatic changes from Saarbrücken. Another change also for Norway as well, for Iraq as well, I should say. See the arrival of Mustafa Sadoun as well. So all in all, 6 changes here between the two nations. Changes confirmed. Sorlot and Nusa amongst those to go off, but plenty of top talent coming on. Mustafa coming on for Hussein Ali. Ali Yassim, as mentioned, replaced by Ahmed Kazim, who plays for Nashville. Changes galore. Ostergaard, one of those who's just come on. Plays in Italy for Genoa. Norway know they have work to do here to see this one through. 2 goals from Erling Haaland, either side of Ayman Hussein's magnificent header for Iraq. So as it stands, France and Norway would be on 3 points. But Senegal will remain a threat in this group, and Iraq have shown up well in this match despite being behind. Ostergaard finding his range. Not quite, maybe, looking for Bob, who does get a sight of it anyway. Ryerson. There was a hint that Oscar Bob might start today, but coming on as a sub, and here he is.
He was excellent in the friendly against Morocco when he came on, and I'd also say the same thing about Schjelderup as well. He's an exciting talent. Loves to drift inside onto his right foot when he's playing on that left wing, and he's another player that can make things happen, whether it's to get an assist or to get the strike off himself.
Oscar Bob over there, who was a teammate of Erling Haaland at Man City. And here he is.
Oh!
The route to goal
Bro!
is blocked by Hashim.
Bro!
We just see a really good combination.
Yeah.
And just ends up with the strike. Just being blocked. 2 substitutes combining.
Christian Torsfed with a shot, whose dad Eric played in the '94 World Cup here as well. Best known for his time at Tottenham Hotspur in England. Haaland waits, the furthest away of all, at the moment anyway. But he has a habit of knowing where he needs to be.
If they score 1 more goal, they will be out top of France.
Ostergaard! It's just come on! How about that?
You see? They remove Solo from somebody else, and they are already banging it. Solo is a bag of beans.
Breathing space in this match.
Nice one. Nice one. They just need 1 or 2 more goals to be on top of their group.
Now you talk about instant impact. Oostergaard with the header. It was two substitutes that came together to get the corner. And Oostergaard, he ends up finding the back of the net. Iraq plays there.
Everybody just focus on Haaland. This guy just have a free chance for everybody.
You talk about impact. Well, there's been an impact from three substitutes. Two
everybody
to get
just
the corner,
gathering around Haaland.
and then the third to finish the corner off.
He was
that,
left.
as you quite rightly say, gives Norway the breathing space.
Everyone in Norway be playing football like me.
Norway.
Oh,
He's got 5 goals in Serie A for
everybody be
Genoa
playing
in the
football
season
like me.
just gone.
People will
And 4
say
of
I'm
those 5
lying
were
now.
headers.
But everybody
No
in
wonder
Norway
if that's
be
the way
playing
he does
football
it.
like me. I like it. I like it. I like it.
(3-1) to Norway. Gives them a big chance of getting the job done here in their opening game. Well, they just about managed to keep Haaland in check on that corner, and that might have been to Oostergaard's advantage.
I think also what can happen as well when substitutes are fresh off the bench, at times the defensive team doesn't know who should be marking them as well.
In the aftermath of that goal, Mohamed Ali has come on for Ibrahim Bayesh to win his 73rd cap. He does have a goal in him, 26 for Iraq. And that's what they need at the moment, but they need 2 to save their opening day. Haaland, free kick is given against him.
Just see the strength that he has there, just holding off Toussaint. Free kick goes to Iraq, and they've been really good in this game. Iraq had a couple of good opportunities, but some sloppy goals that they've given away as well that they'll be bitterly disappointed about, I'm sure.
Iqbal. Doski. Couldn't take the ball with him. Bob. Go USA. What a start to the World Cup for one of the host nations, and Australia didn't start too badly either. They meet each other Friday on Fox. Coverage starts 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Norway in a good place. Leading by the same score with which France beat Senegal earlier. Another change. We'll see Captain Martin Ødegaard come off. Not really been his day. He will be replaced by Patrick Berg, who is still at Bodo Glimt, the Norwegian club, despite serious interest from Chicago Fire last year.
I think, like you say, with Ødegaard, he's just been on the periphery of the game, and took him a little bit to get going. And we'll be hoping for more from him in the next game. Just going back to the US game and the result that they got. Brilliant performance, and I was so impressed, yes, with how good they were in possession, but their pressing, the minute they lost their ball, they were so organised, and that will give them great confidence going through to the next game, because as a host nation, there's huge pressure on you, and it didn't look like there was any pressure on them whatsoever the way that they played.
Andreasen once again over this free kick. Norway dreaming of a fourth. Haaland dreaming of a hat-trick. Andreasen to ask the question again. Flicked off the head of Ostegård again, but not quite on target that time for the man who did extend Norway's lead to 3-1. Oh, Haaland! He's in! It's blocked by Hassan. Just as a hat-trick was beckoning for Erling Haaland.
What a miss for Haaland. Hat-trick. Hat-trick. What a miss. A miss of hat-trick.
Well, he hung in there. Washim.
Wonderful bit of skill initially. Saw what he was capable of in the first half with that volley, but Iraq, they seem intent, giving Haaland the opportunities. Yes, the first goal was absolutely brilliant from him. He didn't have to work too hard for that second goal, and he was nearly presented with the hat-trick there. Ends up being a really good save from Hassan.
Iraq's only World Cup goal came in their only previous time in this tournament, 1986. Ahmed Aradhi against Belgium. Ayman Hussein scored with a wonderful header here, but ultimately it doesn't look as if it's going to matter much in the grand scheme of things.
I think one of the things Norway are going to have to deal with is the expectations, because everybody has mentioned them, you know, keep your eye out on them, and that's something that these players have got to get used to. And you look at the players they're able to bring on. Shelderup, wonderful talent. Bob, another wonderful talent. So, you know, their expectation levels are going to be there. And the beauty of this, you look at Odegaard, who obviously wasn't at his best today. You've got Haaland. These are all players that mature in huge clubs where the pressure is on every single week, so they can help no end.
Haaland annoyed that he couldn't pick out a pass from short range there. Couple of easy games ahead for Iraq at least. France next in Philly, and Senegal Friday in Toronto. You can see those games on Fox and FS1. As for Norway, well, they meet Senegal next. That's Monday in New Jersey, before they come back to the Boston Stadium to face France. I mean, that's going to be, got potential to be one of the games of the tournament. Is all back, and I think we are going to get a yellow card at last for Zaid Toussaint.
Just see with Haaland, it's you look at the size of him, but how quick and how nimble he is as well. Enables him to get the better of centre-backs on a consistent basis. And I think when you look at Iraq, if they're not able to come back into this game, I think there's a lot of positives to be taken. They'll be disappointed in the manner of the goals that they conceded. I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, that Norway had to work overly hard to get those goals, but I think there's been positives as well, because they've looked dangerous in attack.
Come on. Looking for Bob, but Hassan does get there. Haaland. Is Hegum. Left back now. Have Norway got another goal in them? Has Erling Haaland got another goal in him? Certainly in this tournament. Whether it'll be today, we shall see. Rierson. Kept in by Bob. We left Manchester City for Fulham.
Come this way. Come this way.
Egham.
Yeah.
Shelderup.
Alright.
Berger quietly going about his business. Such a pivotal player in this team.
Huge. He's the one that, you know, he becomes more and more important the larger the reputation of Norway grows, because they're a team now, they're being asked to dominate the ball. And when you have a player like Sander Berger in the game, he can control the tempo, speed it up, slow it down, and he becomes such a huge piece of this team.
Shelderup lost his way, and it's picked up by Kazim.
Oh, what a toss! Whoa! Oh, no way! And no way, no way, and no way, no way.
Well, there'll be one more chance yet for Erling Haaland to complete a hat-trick. Here he is. Rierson. Berg. Argentina, Algeria is next on Fox. Just on a day when we've seen Mbappe and Haaland announce their arrival at the tournament. The holders are in action, and of course, one guy in particular, Messi. The big hitters all seem to be arriving at once in this tournament.
Just talking about one of them there, Haaland. I love watching him off the ball. It looks as though he's not interested, and then he just makes the run, and he sort of leads defenders into a false sense of security where they think everything's okay, then all of a sudden he's gone. And at times he, like some of the top players in world football, does 75% of the work before the ball comes, because he's able to find space.
We wait to see how many minutes might be added on. You know there's 3 for starters. Shelderup here. Haaland in the middle, so is Bob. Shelderup has a bit to do.
Cross! Who be this?
What be this? What be this? What be this? What be this?
Finally here for Torsfed, and he's rattled it into the side netting. What a chance!
You just see when Torsfed, when he gets himself
What
into a
are
good
you
position,
doing?
first of
Just
all, it's really
cross.
good play from Shelderup. But then when it comes
Haaland
to
is
Torsfed,
already
it's as
there,
though he
cross.
doesn't open his,
Stop doing too
side
much.
foot enough, because he's looking for that far
Oh
post,
my
but it sort of just
God,
comes
bro.
off the end. And that means that it's just going to go wide. You just watch it there. He doesn't open his body up enough. I don't know whether he was a little bit unsure whether one of his teammates was going to try and take the strike before him.
We are into the first of 6 extra minutes.
And no way. No way, and no way. This added minute. And no way, no way, and no way, no way. Get up, boy.
Rahman Hussein writhing in agony here. The referee's going to have to check him out. I don't think he was keen to do so, but he will now. He has spurned treatment and will carry on.
And I think the referee's trying to help him, because if he does get treatment and has to go off, he has to stay off the pitch for a minute as well. He's just caught in a Norwegian sandwich and ends up in discomfort, but thankfully he's okay. And we're just seeing Rierson as well. He's been down a couple of times. He's struggling a little bit with cramp. He just commands that right-hand side. 1 minute a right back, the next minute a right winger.
Yeah, he's been impressive, as we kind of thought he might be. Julian Riesen, with all those assists in the Bundesliga.
I think only Elise had more assists than him this season in Bundesliga, and he's a right back. It tells you a lot. But also I think it tells you how much the role of fullback is so important now, because a lot of teams play with inverted wingers. If the width isn't taken up by the fullbacks, then there's going to be no width.
No width, boy, no width, no width.
Certainly toiling in the final stages of this one. Riesen, you'll be glad to hear that whistle. About a few minutes to go.
No way,
yeah.
you gotta play more. You can't play this kind of football with France. So you beat your ass.
Alamari.
Do better.
Iraq have been bold and brave in this one, but will reflect on the goals they conceded. Iqbal. Rashim.
I think when you look from Norway's perspective, we all know about Haaland and being one of the best centre forwards in the world. So every team that's playing against Norway, they're trying to come up with a plan to stop Haaland. And what has to happen then is, obviously they've not been able to stop Haaland today, but it frees up some of his teammates, because you can guarantee when Haaland picks the ball that there's going to be 2-3 players around him. Then what has to happen is his teammates, they have to be aware and understand, okay, where is the space? And I think if that can happen as well, then all of a sudden the players around him can go to that next level as well, because they're afforded a little bit of extra time and space than what they would ordinarily be given.
Dusky gets that cross in. Hit back by Mohamed Ali, but now a free kick for Norway, who might find time to score number 4, but they haven't got much of it.
Yeah, it's a painful one for Shelderup as well. When he wins the header, it's just a follow through that catches him. The referee gives the free kick, quite rightly so. It's just a late challenge. Hopefully he's okay. You just see he wins the header, and then it's the follow through there. He's got up thankfully and is okay to carry on, but very, very late challenge from Sadoun.
A bit of a bone cruncher. Free kick goes the way of Haaland, and that means there could be one last chance for that hat-trick.
You see, once again, there's a prime example, 2 players around him. And he gets the free kick. But what that means is if there's 2 players around him, then there is going to be extra space on the pitch. And so not only do you take advantage of the play that Haaland is and create the opportunities for him, because you know put the ball into the back of the net, other players can really benefit as well, because they'll find space that they wouldn't usually get domestically in the teams that they're playing for.
Haaland for a hat-trick, anyone? Julian Riesen is over this.
What is this? Just cross the dead ball.
Haaland wants to see a cross come in. It does from Berg. Ayew got his one in too. And it's found a way through. Torsfeld was in there. It was Haaland's
No way we'll be on top of the
Doesn't
group.
quite look like it's his hat-trick though. Made a storming start to this World Cup.
Let's just cross the dead ball. Haaland is there.
Straight away when the ball
Just
goes into the
cross.
back of the net, he's
Just
claiming it. He wants that World Cup goal. There's plenty more to come for Haaland, I'm sure. But once again, Haaland is in the thick of it. He is just...
It should be a goal for Haaland.
Give great credit as well to Ayew, Just you see, I think there'll be a few complaints, maybe the handball, but then when the ball is played in here, I actually don't think it comes off Torsfeld. I think it's an own goal. I think it's an own goal, and it comes off.
Give the damn ball to Haaland.
Actually be too sure when you look at it again.
Torsfeld's claiming it, which you wouldn't be surprised, but Haaland might be trying to claim it now as well, but it'll probably go down as an own goal.
Yeah. And I think it was Ayman Hussein as well who did get the last touch on it.
Throw at the end of the game.
Well, nearly a hat-trick
Round
for
one,
Haaland.
Norway
Not quite perhaps,
4.
but a World Cup debut,
Haaland,
a
man
World
of
Cup
the
double.
match.
That
I
is
love it.
Erling
I
Haaland
love
for
it.
you. He's making this his stage already. But then it does help when you are world class in the first place. Inspired by Erling Haaland, this game ends. Iraq 1, Norway 4.
I love it. I love it. Up next, we're waiting for Argentina and Algeria. See you guys in a bit. We'll be right back.